Hi, my name's Sue. I'm a benefits advisor with the Money Matters team. I've been with the Wrekin Housing Group now for 16 years. I do volunteer outside of the group for a local charity, the YSS, and they were founded in 1986 to help people that face significant life challenges. The YSS is an organisation that has a lot of different projects that are run by permanent staff, but they have volunteer support. Some of the projects that they do run are support for young carers and children of prisoners, people leaving prison on probation, homeless people looking for accommodation, homeless people, and support for women who are vulnerable with complex needs. And the project that I volunteer for is the Appropriate Adults. And that is support for young people up to the age of 18 after they've been arrested. So as soon as detention is authorised at the police station and their caregiver is unable to become their appropriate adult due to they may be the victim of the alleged offence or the witness, or in most cases they just do not want to support the child in this process. So we volunteer on a rota basis. We get a phone call then to see if we're available to cover the police stations, which are in Hereford, Worcester, Kidderminster, Telford and Shrewsbury. We go out to the police station, we meet the young person, we're with them when they have their rights and entitlements read to them to make sure that they understand exactly what's going to be happening to them. They have their interview with the duty solicitor. We then speak with them again. We make sure that they understand the process, and we then go into the interview with them. During the interview, we're making sure that they've understood what's being asked of them. The solicitor's also there as well, who will be giving support. And at the end of the interview, we're just, do you understand what's going to be happening next? And then obviously we'll be there for sort of the DNA, fingerprints, photographs, and at the very end of the process is the charging. So what's going to happen to them? Will they be bailed or will they be remanded in custody? And again, explaining what's going to happen to them during that period. So for me, I volunteered. Why did I do that? It's something I'd always been interested in. To volunteer as an appropriate adult, and I think it was all back down to I've got two sons who are now adults, but I think at that, if they'd been that age, I would always hope that there would have been somebody there if I come to be that appropriate adult who could empathise and remain impartial, because when they are arrested at that time it's only alleged offences. And it's just making sure that that young person understands the process and what's going to happen next. And I do feel, it's not always a good thing that they're there for, but I come away, knowing that at least that young person does understand what's going to happen to them, and hopefully just make the whole process of being detained, a lot easier for them. When I first joined the YSS, we had our initial training. We learned all about the organisation and the different projects we can volunteer for. So I don't always just have to volunteer as appropriate adult. I can actually volunteer for the other projects and are given training for that. I had to attend training to become an appropriate adult. I've also had to have DBS checks for that, and I've also had to attend safeguarding training for that as well. After I leave the police station, sometimes I think, dependent on the alleged crime and the rapport you build up with the young person, sometimes you can come away feeling a great sort of sense of satisfaction that they are sort of aware of what's gone on. I think also as a volunteer, if you've got time to be a volunteer, it's a great thing to do, but I think it's also got to be personal to what you enjoy doing or what you want to do. I think there's a lot of things out there that you can volunteer for. And if it's something you feel passionate about, then I think it's something you should be doing. I also just want to add that I am a volunteer safeguarding officer now, as I play Crown Green Bowls. So I've also volunteered for that. So that's another set of safeguarding training. But again, it's making sure that the young people who come to bowl at our club, are kept safe. So again, that's something personal to me because I enjoy doing it.